Hey, my name's Wanda. I just noticed that this lighting's kind of weird here, but in a way, I really like it like that because I really don't think you need to see what I look like. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about how like this all began with me, and it started off by this automatic writing, and I was like writing down all these messages. I'm like, whoa, look at all this cool stuff. So anyway, it's evolved from writing to this, and I sort of reluctantly got into the YouTube things because I didn't think you needed to see me. I just thought maybe you just needed to hear me or read me or whatever. So it's kind of funny because now I'm half and half. So enough about me. I'm going to channel love energy, and a message is going to pass through my throat and come out for you. It's usually a remembering of something that you know, but you've sort of forgotten. So I just like to say hello at the end and goodbye. Sorry, hello, and then the end at the goodbye. You'll notice the energy passes into me, and at the end sort of passes out of me, which you'll also notice. Okay, so I'll say goodbye now. There is a certain picture we are allowing our host to remember. It is a dog that is chasing its tail. It's very comical, round and round and round and round and round and round. It can go on and on and on, and the dog will fall down exhausted after a while, and when it has enough energy, start again, chasing its tail around and round and round. This is a funny phenomenon to watch, and it has become a certain sentence for you to use when you're feeling as if you're getting nowhere in your life. I'm chasing my tail. I'm chasing my tail. So a reference to a canine was made by a human, insinuating you yourself are sometimes at the same level as a canine chasing its tail around. Sometimes you are a dog. Now, we have gone to say this in this extreme way to get your attention because you feel quite superior to an animal that does something you believe is unconscious. But what if an adult were doing it, a human were doing it consciously? See, what does that make you if you're chasing your tail? But yet you're more conscious, intellectual being. So we've got you a little bit with your back against the wall now because you're not sure how to absorb this information. You're not really sure what it is we're trying to say. We're trying to firstly get you loosened up intellectually so you can absorb new information. Sometimes you get an idea in your head and you're sure it's correct. So we're trying to loosen that up a little so we may put some new information in for you. And as we say new information, we say what we mean is very, very old information. Truly, your human experience is your new information, and what your energetic self knows is the old information. But you sometimes get them mixed up, and you think that what you know in this lifetime is permanent. And yet, if we were to bring your attention to this, you know that something that you were positive about many years ago, you feel the opposite today. So again, we are pointing out to you that you yourself know that nothing's permanent. You also know that you can resort to being like a canine. So from this part, we would like to begin our discussion. This is a place of openness for you to sit at. There would be a reason for you to be chase yourself, your tail, and to be confident and sure of what you're saying, only for the sake of your ego. Your ego and brain feel they must know things. They must know certain things to show up to support you in your humanity so you may live through the day. That's why you speak as if you're sure of things, even though sometimes you're going in circles. at least your brain is active when you're going in circles. I'm going to get that tail. I'm going to get that tail. I will definitely get that tail. I will get that tail. Around and round, you see. But it's being active. And then it is assured that it will survive. We're going to continue on this vein because many of you are understanding what we mean. So we're going to carry into it a bit further. When your ego and brain are overactive, it is because they are in fear of losing you. Try to follow along with this conversation. Why is it they would feel like they're losing you? Because you are not being honest with your emotions or events that are happening with you. And they're overcompensating. Your brain is overcompensating when your emotions are not being looked at properly. So, you say the easiest conclusion then is to look at the emotions and the events that are happening. The chaos or the trauma. It sounds easy when you think of, oh, the other person can do that, but what if it's you we're speaking to? What if it's you and we say, all right, now your brain is being overactive because it senses something is wrong inside of you that you're not addressing. The obvious solution is just to address it. Just lay your trauma and your emotional worries right on the table. That's not natural for you, is it? As we say it, it creates great anxiety. So then your brain comes in. Let's get that tail. Let's get that tail. It's time to get the tail. Let's chase that tail. Anything to avoid, you see, sitting in the uncomfortable trauma or negative emotions. Anything. Let's chase our tail, shall we? Then we won't have to sit here in this uncomfortable place. This, you know, is truth. Now, we let that settle just for a moment because we wish to take you to the traumatic, emotionally charged place. Often you spend as much energy hiding it as you would by sitting in it. You have a fear, you see, of the event and the emotions. You think they're too much for you. And yet they're your emotions. It's your trauma. It's yours. It's all yours. What is there to fear if you own it? Surely there must be something there for you that can be precious at the bottom. There always is. Always something precious at the bottom of trauma. We assure you of this. If you have followed along with us, you understand we take you to that place. And when it disappears, all that's left is love. Love that's being smothered, you see, by trauma or negative events. It can certainly smother love out, no doubt about it. So when you sit in what you own, just sit there, you can cry or get angry or whatever you like. Just sit in it for a few minutes. It will dissolve, and all that's left will be peace and love. Peace is the emotional response to love. Then you will be free, you see. Then you'll be free until the next time you wish to chase your tail. Remember, it's your events. You can handle them, they're yours. You can sit in them, and when you're complete and they disappear, all that's left is love. There is much love here for you. Namaste. Another one of those. So this is a constant theme with them. If you've been able to follow along these, I know there's lots. You just can't usually. They often say that it's that it's your reaction to like trauma or some negative event, and that you won't die from sitting in it. And I'm going to have to agree now, because I thought I was one of those people that thought I would die from sadness. Turns out I don't. Turns out when I'm done, I'm free. So they're on to something. Blessings. Bye.